What's up, everybody? Greg from East Side Arm Wrestling again. Here today to give y'all a little bit of an intro to the athletes who will be forming the lineup for UAC number 1 Armageddon on the 10th of March, this Friday. So I'm just going to be covering the actual athletes and not the celebrity matches. So just going to start from the lightest. First one's a match between Berserker, Lionel, and Blackbelt Jia Yao. So these are our 66 kilo and below weight class. So our featherweight class division. Prepared a couple of videos for each of the guys to show y'all how they've stacked up against each other. This is from an earlier tournament last December, between Jia Yao and Lionel. They were the top 2 in their weight class. So you can see Lionel having the dominance over Jia Yao on that day. But, it was pretty okay, pretty close. Jia Yao managed to hang on there for a little while. The next match is between, originally it was slated to be between Arif, Harambae versus Shotgun Ryan, but due to Ryan's injury recently in our match in Indonesia, Ervin has stepped up as his replacement. So you can see Ervin here on the left in the bottom 8 right-handed tournament from last year. Ervin actually, I think he beat Arif that day. You can see the amazing hand dominance from Ervin. Arif not quite able to get the slip, and slip in losing position. Ervin got the win there. Their second round together. Arif got the flop wrist slip, and but Ervin showing that he's much too powerful in pretty much every fundamental on that day. But the interesting thing is, with these two guys, there's a little bit of a nerf, I would say, to both of them recently. Recently, Arif got into a motor accident, so probably a month or 2 back, so he's probably still recovering a little bit. Haven't had much time to train, probably. And Ervin himself, he has had to enlist into our mandatory military service here in Singapore, which is called National Service. So for the past 2 months, he's basically been in basic military training. So I don't think that there's been much arm wrestling training going on with Ervin himself. So with the nerfs to these two guys, not really sure how the match is going to turn out. I think the favorite person should still be Ervin, based on their last performance, but you never know. Next pair is we have Wayne, the Steam Engine, versus Batman, Zaki. So we have Wayne on the left, Zaki on the right. These guys have also faced before at our tournament last December. And in this tournament, I believe it was Zaki who came out on top. Zaki, the slightly more experienced puller. I think Zaki's been in the game for maybe 1.5, 2 years or so, and Wayne's only been in this for a past couple of months. I would say maybe not more than 6 months, and he's a very, very powerful up and comer. Wayne has a very strong sort of open top roll king's move type of thing. Both of them from calisthenics backgrounds, and based on the rankings, overall rankings in Singapore, Ahmad Zaki is at 12 overall, and Wayne is just behind him at 13. So you can expect a very, very close match from these two guys. Wayne has definitely has more potential in terms of beginner gains, since he's the newer guy. So his gains over the past couple of months are expected to be more than Zaki's. So whether that's enough to close the gap and turn the tides, we'll find out this Friday. Moving on to the next pair, next match, we have Ultraman Zhi Yu versus Sam Sasquatch. You have the Ultraman on the left and the Sasquatch on the right. So these two guys, very, very close friends, always hanging out, always training together. They're some of the top guys in Singapore. Zhi Yu is now ranked 4th overall on the right hand, and Sam is 5th. And the last time they clashed was at my top 8 right tournament last year, or rather early this year. That's where Zhi managed to beat Sam officially. But it was, as you can see from the video here, it was not very far off. Sam actually, I think he took 1 round off of Zhi here in their first out of 3. Managed to get the top roll and crack Zhi's wrist. And then this next round, both of them going for the slip. And we can probably see Zhi trying to dive in for a hook. Yeah. So yeah, Zhi trying really hard to get the cup. Not quite able to finish. Sam is more of a top roll, while Zhi is known very well for his hook, his inside power. Yeah, next round, go to the slip again. And yeah, they took a really long time to set up there. So yeah, but you can see right here, Sam able to take Zhi's wrist again, but Zhi holding on with that elbow, sort of reminiscent of Levan versus Hermes, but Sam made the mistake of going inside here, which is Zhi's A game, and Zhi able to regain that cup and get a little bit more shoulder position, and eventually able to power through. And I think close to here, Sam just kind of gives up after being burnt out. So very, very close matches between these two guys, and I expect nothing less this Friday at UAC. And then moving on to the title match of the day, or maybe, yeah, I should go on to the title match. This is between me, Greg, Beast from the East apparently, and GateKeeper Tee Jun. So I've known T for more than a decade now. We've been friends since we were teenagers, like 15, 16 years old. And this was the last time we faced each other. Was also at my top 8 right tournament. So yeah, I believe this was the finals match. We did meet each other once before the finals, and I beat him 2-1 there. He got 1 pin off of me, but in the finals I think I beat him 2-0. But it was not easy by any means, as you can tell from this this long match. Yeah, and then got a pin there. I think this last round he probably got burnt out, and it was a much faster pin from me. So yeah, moving on to the co-main event. This is more of a sort of a show match. It's between Singapore's #1 overall, Valen Low, and Matt Wong, who is our #1 super heavyweight in Singapore. So I don't believe I have official footage of them together, but just as a reference, this is Matt versus Alex from UK. Who's one of the top novices there in the 95 kilo category. Matt showing that he can still hang in there with some of the big boys. He's dominant, mainly a hook puller. Matt used to be more of a top roll guy, but he's since transitioned more to a hook type of style. Just trying to fast forward just to show y'all an example of how he pulls. So more of a king's hook here. Maybe this is not the best example, but probably earlier rounds. Yeah, you can see Matt really likes the hook. But I think he lost this one. Yeah, Alex able to take his wrist. And then the man who needs no introduction, Valen Low. This is him a couple of years back versus the #1 lightweight in Malaysia, Jaffe. And back then, I think Valen was able to take the win 2-1 over him at the Premier 101 event. which was, I think, in conjunction with a top 8 event. Correct me on that, but I'm not 100% sure, but could be a different event. But yeah, this year Valen was able to take the win off of Joffrey. So yeah, very strong lightweight guy. And yeah, that's pretty much all of our matches, all of the matches that are lined up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of us, not including the celebrity matches. So yeah, today, as of the recording of this video, it is 7th of March, so just 3 days out. Currently still on a weight cut. I've had to cut weight from like 85, 86 kilos a couple of weeks back down to 81 kilos. That has to be made for this event. So weighed in this morning, 81.4, getting pretty close, but hopefully I'll be able to replenish some of that weight after the weigh-ins. But yeah, those are the athletes. Hope you all enjoyed the video. See you guys on Friday.